Tired of entering invoice data by hand? What if Power Automate could do it all for dozens of files in a matter of seconds? Let me show how. In this video, we're going to create a simple flow where you need to upload the files into the OneDrive folder. The AI will then process the invoices that you uploaded, extract the needed information, and then keep it inside the Excel spreadsheet. We will start by processing invoices using the pre-built model available from Power Automate. And also we'll look into the more advanced example where we'll build a custom model to extract a more specific information for the documents that your company may have. Before we start, just make sure that you have a folder created on your OneDrive where you will upload all the files, and also the Excel spreadsheet that will keep the information about invoices. In this example, I'm interested to keep invoice ID, date, and amount along with the confidence levels. And you may ask me, what does it mean? It suggests how confident AI is that the values that were extracted from the invoices are accurate. Also, don't forget to format this as a table by clicking on Insert as a table, and also give it an appropriate name. For example, Invoices table. Now we can move on to the Power Automate. Here we need to create a flow that will be automated one, right? And it will be triggered whenever a file is created on our cloud, or in our case, uploaded. So let's type when the file is created. In my case, I'm going to use OneDrive, but you're most likely on a business version, so please use this one. We can also give it a name, let's say when a file is uploaded, extract data. Okay, so here we would need to specify the folder. In my case, it will be Power Automate Invoices. Next step would be to use the AI component, process invoices. We would need to select the invoice file. In our case, it will be the file content. Let's select it. And then once we process the invoice, we want to keep the information in the Excel spreadsheet. So let's add the add record into table component. In my case, I will use my personal drive, but you need to use the business version. So I'm going to add this component. Again, they're the same. Then you need to select the file that you have created before, and also select the table name. In my case, invoices table. In advanced parameters, it will show you the fields that you have created. So now you need to map the fields with the previous component. So for the invoice ID, I need to go to dynamic content, and here I need to search for the invoice ID, select it. Similarly, if you are interested to see which fields are supported using a pre-built Power Automate model, I will gonna leave the link under the description. But basically, as you can see here, there are over 30 fields available. Now let's save the flow and upload the files to the folder. I prepared the two files that I'm gonna upload, and let's see the results in the Excel spreadsheet. As you can see, the flow successfully extracted the invoice information from two files, keeping the records inside the Excel spreadsheet, along with the confidence levels, confirming that the results are accurate. And for example, if I open the first invoice, you would be able to see the invoice ID, the invoice date, and the total amount. And if I look at the first record, these are exactly the numbers that were in the invoice file. Now let's move to the more advanced example where you would need to extract your specific information, not the standard one available in Power Automate. Suppose we have Netflix shareholder quarterly letter where we're interested to extract revenue, net income, as well as the date. We want to see how it changed over the time. To do that, we're going to need to create a custom model that we will need to train on the sample of Netflix shareholder letters. In the Power Automate, you will need to go to the AI models section, and if you don't see it, please click more. In the section, we would need to click on the extract custom information from the documents, where we need to create a custom model. We need to select the fixed template documents where the information we'd like to extract in our case would be revenue, net income, and also the date fields. And then we need to upload a sample of the documents to train the model. Keep in mind that we need to upload at least 5 documents where each file should not exceed 50 megabytes and the total size should not exceed 500 pages. Let me upload my train files. And now I need to manually map the values inside each file to the custom fields that I have defined previously. For the first file, I would need to manually select the values that I would like to map to the custom fields. First, the date, which should include everything. Then the revenue and the net income. Once I mapped, I need to go on to the next file and do the same procedure. Once all of the documents are mapped, we can move on and we can start training our model. As you can see, the model has been trained. We can open the model, see the accuracy score, which is pretty high, and then we can do a quick test to see whether the model correctly identifies the fields. Let's select the latest shareholder letter that I have, which wasn't included in a training sample. And as you can see here, it correctly identified the date, the revenue, and the net income. Great. So now let's start building the flow. Similarly, I created the folder on my OneDrive where I'm going to upload the shareholder letters to test. And also I created the Excel spreadsheet that is called Netflix Financials, where I will keep the information such as date, revenue, and net income that I previously defined. Let's create the flow. In this case, again, it will be the automated one, triggered by the uploaded file. Keep in mind that in Power Automate, the trigger is called when the file is created, but it's basically the same. And the flow name can be when the file is uploaded, extract custom data. So now I need again to select the folder. In this case, it will be shareholder letters. Here, I need to select the AI component. In this case, it wouldn't be process invoices, which is the pre-built component. I'm going to use the component with the custom model, which is process documents. As you can see here, I'm not able to access the AI model. It is because I forgot to publish it. So let's publish the model that we previously created. If we go back to the model, let's click publish. And right now the model will be available in Power Automate. So now if you see it again, you can see that the model is available. And the for time here, it will be PDF document. And the form here, basically the input, what we're gonna look at. In our case, it would be the file that is uploaded. So again, similarly, it should be the file content. Here we can give it a name as when the file is uploaded, which makes more sense. Then we're gonna extract custom data from file. Right? And the final step would be to add a record. Again, in my case, it will be my personal drive. Please use the business version. So I'm going to select the file that I created previously, Netflix Financials, the table, which is called Financials Table. And as you can see here, it shows me the values that I can add. So for the date, I'm going to add the date value, as you can see here from the previous step, the revenue. So let's click Save and test the flow. I'm going to upload a couple of files to test how it works. So now I uploaded 4 files and I expect to see 4 records clearly telling me what is the date, the revenue, and net income for each of their files. If we look at the result, the workflow correctly identified the revenues and the net incomes for the files as well as the date. However, as you can see, the dates were not formatted as I expected, and one of the values was missing. So to format the dates, I slightly modified formula, and as you can see, second run they looked better. And if you want to do the same, keep in mind that in the date field here, I added a simple formula starting with if. So if the dynamic content variable is empty, let it return blank, and if it's not, let it format as the date and return it as a date value. And if you neglect and you try to format it without the if loop, it can return you the error by processing the null value. That's basically it. Just keep in mind that sometimes AI may not be 100% accurate, so please review the result, but at the same time, still save you a lot of time by not manually inputting each field, especially if you have hundreds of documents. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and see you soon.